Morning. It's 10:30, Sunday the 10th, and welcome to part 2 of my Middle Eastern adventure here in Bahrain. Well, Bahrain, but I'm going to be out of here within the next 10 hours as I fly to Doha in Qatar for the 2023 MENA Karting Championship Nations Cup in Lusail, and I'm really looking forward to it. Flights are booked, so as you can see behind me, I am packing. A lot of packing still to do because I have other items such as a Team Germany jacket and t-shirts. So it's going to be in October. Not at all a surprise, but considering that we have been to Sano before, we last went there in 2019, and that was my first ever Grand Finals experience. So for the 5th anniversary of me being in the Grand Finals, the 4th under Rotax, will be at Sano. But also another couple of wonderful gifts have made their way to me, and not just me, but also to the remainder of the Rotax organisation. And it's been really, really cool meeting up with everybody. You know, there are so many people I can name, you know who you are, but thank you for being good friends and being great work colleagues, and really looking forward to next year. As I said, a couple of gifts, courtesy of Robert and Arnaldo from Rotax and Corridas respectively. Last night I came back to my room and ended up with this lovely little number plate, which signifies the end of Bahrain's tenure as this year's Grand Finals venue. And I have to say, shukran, inshallah, to Hassan and the entire team of the Bahrain International Karting Circuit, and it was such a pleasure to see them all again. Just after 2 years ago, and it was really, really good to catch up. And you know, sometimes when you have the briefest of conversations, but you can look in their eyes and see that spark of excitedness, like kids in a candy store. That's what we were all like this week. The hours are long at the Grand Finals, and you know, sometimes you have to do the work. There's no getting away from it, and that's what it is. But you know what? Onwards and upwards. But the next bit is also, it's going in a little, it's a 1:2 scale miniature helmet, courtesy of Bell. And not only did all of the 384 drivers from 62 nations receive it, but also, I can't believe this, I've got the one from 2021 back at home, and now look at that. No, I mean, the visor even opens. You know, the attention to detail. You got the dates of the Grand Finals, the Rotax Grand Finals logo. You've also got the Bahrain International Karting Circuit and Bahrain Motor Federation, along with Rotax's logo, XPS and Mojo. You know, the Rotax Racing Stripes, Bahrain, and then also a senior Sody Kart number 339 showing up on there. That is another wonderful little trinket, and so I've got to really consider how I pack this suitcase to make sure that everything makes it back to, makes it not only to Qatar, but also makes it back to the United Kingdom when I fly back on the 18th of December. So, vielen Dank, muito obrigado, thank you. So now it is time to get packing, folks, because I'm going to have a little bit of chill time by the pool, catch up with Henry, and I've got to check out the room by 5, so I'm going to make sure that is done a little bit earlier, but then at least if I can get everything ship-shape, Bristol fashion, be all good, then that's all fine by me. So packing once again.
That is the stage. Oh, beauty.
as the sun sets here in Lusail, let me introduce you to the Arabian maestro, Ahmad.
Hello, I'm happy to be in your vlog actually, and happy to work with you here in Qatar, and I'm looking forward to work more and more. He's the best guy here.
You know what? The honour is all mine, my friend. But we've been doing a lot of call-outs for drivers today. We've got to know each other very well. This man's actually an award-winning radio disc jockey as well to boot. So I'm going to have a lot of fun working with this man. We've got a great few days ahead of us here in Lusail, and we'll catch up with you a little bit later on this week.
He promised me to make a podcast together. Just wait for it.
Commentators Corner, Qatar edition, coming soon.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سيداتي وسادتي ضيوفنا الكرام، أسعد الله مساءكم جميعا وأهلا وسهلا بكم في هذا الحدث الكبير، والذي نتشرف بأننا هنا جزء منه في الدوحة. نرحب بكم في النسخة الرابعة من بطولة الشرق الأوسط وشمال إفريقيا للكارتينج كأس الأمم، والتي تقام هنا في حلبة لوسيل الدولية في قطر.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, we warmly welcome you to the fourth running of the MENA Karting Championship Nations Cup, which is being hosted here at the Lusail International Circuit in the state of Qatar.
بدأت هذه القصة في فبراير من العام 2020، حيث تميز هذا الحدث بإبراز أفضل المواهب في منطقة الشرق الأوسط وشمال إفريقيا، واستمر في الازدهار من حيث عدد المنافسين والمكانة، لتكتمل قصة هذه البطولة ونجتمع اليوم بنسختها الرابعة.
Since February 2020, this event has showcased the very best talents within the MENA zone of the Fédération Internationale de l'Automobile, the FIA, and has continued to flourish in both the number of competitors and in prestige.
وعندما نتحدث عن هذا الحدث وقصة هذا الحدث، لا بد لنا أن نشكر السيد سليمان الرواحي وفريق المحترف في الجمعية العمانية للسيارات على العمل الدؤوب والعمل الجاد، وأن نقدر الجهود المبذولة في تأسيس هذه البطولة وتنميتها على مدار السنوات الماضية.
We would also like to thank Suleiman Al-Rawahi and his team at the Oman Automobile Association for the hard work and effort in helping to establish and grow this competition for the last 3.5 years.
واليوم في الدوحة بدأنا بكتابة قصة نجاح جديدة تلتقي الأفرقة هنا على مدار اليومين المقبلين من 15 دولة يمثلها أكثر من 160 سائقا، تتساوى معداتهم ويختلف أداؤهم، يجمعهم التنافس على فرصة نيل اللقب. فمن سيحمل لقب البطولة؟
Over the next 2 days, over 160 drivers from 15 nations within the MENA zone of the FIA will compete here in the state of Qatar, all on equal equipment, with everyone competing for a chance to rightly become a MENA champion.
على مدى السنوات الماضية شهدت هذه البطولة منافسة بين ألمع المواهب في منطقة الشرق الأوسط وشمال إفريقيا، جمعتهم في مضمار واحد وأذكت بينهم روح المنافسة والبطولة. نذكر منهم كريستوفر فغالي من لبنان، حمزة الفايز من الأردن، عبد الله الرواحي من سلطنة عمان، وغيرهم من الأبطال الذين نقدرهم.
This competition has seen some of the brightest talents compete at the highest level outside of MENA, which also includes the likes of Lebanon's Christopher El Fagali, Jordan's Hamza Al Fayez, Oman's Abdullah Al Rawahi, and so many others.
والآن نتشرف بدعوة رئيس الاتحاد القطري للسيارات والدراجات النارية وحلبة لوسيل الدولية السيد عبد الرحمن بن عبد اللطيف المناعي إلى المنصة لإلقاء كلمته الترحيبية.
We would now like to welcome to the stage Abdul Rahman Al Manai, the president of the Qatar Motor and Motorcycle Federation and the Lusail International Circuit.
Now it's coming up to 9:45 here in Lusail, and it has been a long day. Yes, it has been. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. I don't want to. I don't need to. There's no point. I'm too tired to worry about that. These are days when, even though I'm taking the time out of being able to chill out, to talk to you folks at home, it is still very much a case of trying to make the time, trying to do these vlogs. And it's not as easy as you might think, saying, like, oh yeah, it's straightforward, you can edit it. Well, let me tell you this, it is never, ever easy in this line of work. You know, you're going from place to place. You're staying in these wonderful locations. You're being, like, say, coming over here. I'm in a 5-star hotel. I've been given a vehicle for the week. I've been given a SIM card for the locality, so I have a Qatari SIM card in my phone. Luckily enough, I still have, at the minute, my O2 SIM card in here. The SIM ejector tool, however, has decided to go walkies. So I got to adapt to that when I get back home to the United Kingdom. But I digress. The thing is, this is going to be my last job of 2023. I'm not going to make any bones about it. But a lot of people think, well, yeah, you have a winter break, don't you, or an off season? That's yes and no. I don't really call it an off season. I mean, I've never had an off season in the last 3 years, because you're always looking ahead to the next season. I've already got 20, possibly 23 events already confirmed for next year, and that's without even having to go and look for work. Work has found me, and that, you know, sometimes you have to take opportunities that you think, okay, right, let's go in there with a clear mind, good first impression, and just get the job done and see what comes of it. And this trip's going to be fruitful, I can tell you that now. I've also had a few other things confirmed in the pipeline, which is really, really good. So it means that my 2024 season is getting off to the right start, and that's exactly what I need. Rather than me sort of going like, oh, woe is me, oh, I can't do this, oh, I can't do that, me, blah, blah, blah. No, you have to be proactive in this game, or you have to be reactive to offers that you might get. You know, sometimes you'll put in proposals and you won't necessarily get the job. But it's not for the want of trying, it's that sometimes championships have different financial outlays, different financial budgets that they need to have, you know. So from that perspective, it's not easy in this business. There's a few people out here in this world of commentary that some get a lot of the work. You know, some people get an opportunity that they didn't see coming and it works out for the betterment. You know, there's, you know, my season's going to start in January next year, middle of Jan. And, you know, at the minute, it'll probably give me, well, depending on what happens, it's going to be the case of me being at a couple more events, but I'm in the process of talking about them in a minute. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But today, it's been a good day. Long time at the circuit, but you know what? Every single second was worth it. Went to the track for 8 a.m. Got to the FIA online abuse presentation. Didn't stay for all of it though, because I knew what it was all about anyway. and then we had the opening ceremony at 6 p.m. local time. So for Qatar time, it's 3 hours ahead of the United Kingdom. Plus also the fact that we had a gala dinner, and we ended up going to the Lusail International Circuit. So very shortly, well, right now, you will see on your screens a photograph of the start-finish straight, and then also after this video, a little panoramic pan shot taken on this phone here. Ahmed has been an absolute diamond. He's a great guy. Really been a pleasure working with him, and we really get on well. You know, we're of the same mindset. He's a little bit younger than me. He's in his late 30s, and yeah, he's the voice of motorsport in Jordan. So I'm really glad that he has come on board for this week. And there's also further talks that I'm going to be having with QMMF, which are quite exciting. I can't really talk about, but you know what? That is it. Tonight, it is over, and I need to sort out my keyboard on my MacBook. It is dusty, but I'll tell you all about that some other time. So shukran, inshallah. See you tomorrow.
Marhaba, salam alaikum, good morning everybody, and welcome back to the state of Qatar and the Lusail International Circuit. It is one of the best highlights of any race meeting. It is finals day for the 2023 MENA Karting Championship Nations Cup, with myself, Alex Goldschmidt, and Ahmad Damus here to call you all the way through the action. And by the end of today, when we have our official awards presentation and the MENA Nations Cup presentation, we will be done for another year. Over to you, Ahmad.
Alex, thank you. Good morning. أسعد الله الصباح عليكم جميعا. أهلا وسهلا بكل متابعينا الموجودين معنا هنا في حلبة لوسيل الدولية في الدوحة، وكل من يتابعنا مباشرة عبر اليوتيوب عبر القناة الرسمية الخاصة بالاتحاد القطري للسيارات والدراجات النارية. أجواء جميلة جدا هنا في حلبة لوسيل الدولية اليوم. 23 درجة مئوية الحرارة الآن، والشمس الساطعة الرائعة تزيد من حماس هذا الحدث الذي عايشنا يوم أمس به مجموعة من التحديات تابعناها لحظة بلحظة، منعطفا بمنعطف، وفوزا بفوز. اليوم جملة جديدة من السباقات والتحديات ستحدد من سيتوج مساء بكأس الأمم. أهلا وسهلا بالجميع، ونتمنى لكم يوما سعيدا. وقد طلب منهم الآن بإمكان المتسابقين زيادة السرعة والدخول إلى الجولة، وتم رفع الراية الخضراء وبدأ التوقيت وبدأ السباق.
Youssef Rushdi we've just had the lights gone out, and Youssef Rushdi has spun at turn 1, but the rest of the field are making their way through turn 6 on the opening tour. From our side, we are waiting for the timing to update. We're having a slight issue with that at the moment, but look at the move there. That was Saif Al-Obeidli through. Oh, it's getting a bit feisty. Edwin Murr bouncing over the curbs through turns 9 and 10 through the chicane. And oh, not great there for Bruno Reba from Oman, mounting the back. And now mounting the back bumper of the number 1 of Saif Al-Obeidli. The timing has now come up, but they are really fighting. And in the meantime, Atika Asif Mir is closing in on Morocco's Nahl El Gahoudi.
فعلا المنافسة بدأت منذ اللحظات الأولى. هناك يوم حافل بانتظار المتسابقين على
that's getting a bit
الجولات
close.
النهائية.
Very close indeed. Saif Al-Obeidli and Bruno Reba clashing wheels and sidewalls through turns 9 and 10. And the Omani base driver, originally from Poland, now gets ahead of the number 1. But look at Edwin Murr. They are closing in. This is the battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th. And 6th and 7th are not that far behind.
So the day has started aggressive from the beginning.
It has indeed, and the three are still line astern going up the hill through into turn number 3. But if we can try and concentrate on our leaders, that is Nahil El Gahoudi and Atika Asif Mir. They're 3 and a bit tenths of a second apart. But this battle here is just showcasing how hard they are pushing. Al-Obeidli has got Moore in the slipstream down through from turn 7. Went into turn 7, Edwin Murr, look up the inside. That was a great move from the Lebanese through into turn number 7. But look, the two behind are catching. Murr has to cut the chicane ever so slightly. There's 4 of them scrapping over 3rd place. This is absolutely brilliant. Now, there are a couple of drivers in this field that have gone a little... I think the red mist has got to them a little bit. Oh, no! Bruno Reba went for a move up the inside, and then Tamik Mustafa had nowhere to go, but they both get back underway. And Tamik Mustafa looks like the left front side of the bumper is not looking too good and might have sustained some damage. And there will be a yellow flag out, and Tamim Mustafa is going to pull to a stop. That's going to bring out the yellow flag, and the Palestinian is out of the race and will start from the back of the grid at the final.
سيكون خط النهاية لعاتك عاصف أم سيحافظ عليه نهيل الجاهودي.
And there we go, there's our 2 leaders. It's going to be Morocco's Nahil El Gahoudi who wins the pre-final for Micromax. And you have to give Atika Asif Mir all the credit in the world to try and put the Moroccan under pressure, but the number 4 did not crack. As the laps will count down, the drivers will not now start to try and move forward. There seems to be a little bit of a progression, a bit of moves forward in terms of pace by Palestine's Shonal Kurimal in 4th and Oman's Adam Awan, who rounds out the top 5. The top 5 are covered by 4.4 seconds, the top 7 covered by 5.3 seconds as we head on to lap number 5. Bit of a look up the inside. I think Adam Awan was trying to get through on Shonal Kurimal through turn number 3, but the Palestinian holds his nerve and holds his position. Haroun, fastest lap so far, 50.480 is Kurimal looking to go through the final corner. Nearly mounts the back bumper of Adam Awan, and then in the process Al-Karaisi gets through and takes 5th. But Adam Awan still holding on to that 4th position. He's just signalled to Shonal Kurimal, come on, stop fighting with me. Let's just move forward and try and catch Kamil Ben Chekrun, who still rounds out the top 3 and is 3.5 seconds behind Derek Rivera in P2. Over what is 4th on the road, and both of them, look at them, they are both synchronised sideways through turn number 2 as they carry that run of speed down the hill. And Kurimal looking to get the move. He's going around the outside. Great move by the Palestinian to get through on the Omani driver to retake P4.
اللفة الحادية عشر.
That was a brilliant move there by Abdulrazak Al-Karesi on Miko Arias, who was 3rd in that train. Arias had actually caught them up and decided, well, I'm gonna bring myself into the party. I'm an uninvited guest. But now we've got Adam Awan and Shonal Kurimal again battling. You can see the scars of battle on the front left bumper, the front bumper on the left-hand side of Shonal Kurimal's Birol Art chassis is looking not white, not red. Looks like it's had some rubber attached to it through some dramas during the heats yesterday. Look at the way that Abdulrazak Al-Karesi has just gone past Shonal Kurimal through into turn number 1. Absolute textbook slipstream. Send it up the inside. Get the job done. Oh, well, Shonal Kurimal looks to get up the inside of Al-Karesi, who runs wide off the track at turn number 17 and 18.
ديريك ريفيرا فيما يتأخر عن ديريك ريفيرا ب6
Oh,
ثواني. كميل بن
Al-Quraisi
شكرون
off backwards into the barriers.
104 عبد الرزاق القريشي. هارد لك.
So we now turn our attention to the final lap of this race, and it's going to be the 108 of the UAE's Faris Haroun that wins by a country mile. Probably the distance between here and Lusail Central takes the win by 3.7 seconds. They accelerate, revs rise, lights are on, and that is not a start. That is not a start. I did not see the red lights go out, so that is going to be another formation lap. Full start has been called, and we've had a drama straight away, including the 215 of Sanad Al-Hamawi, the 205 of Omar Sami Sindi. So it is going to be another formation lap for these drivers. So as they say, it is the calm before the storm. And the junior Rotax drivers will now get the green flag. So into turns 1 and 2, and there's a bit of a touch between the 210 of Roger Fagali Jr. and El Ghali Sabil heading into turn 2. Oh no, we got the 2. That's the 205. That's the 205 of Omar Sami Sindi from Saudi Arabia that is out of the pre-final. Yellow flag at turn 8. Malik Mustafa from Palestine. Oh, that's very, very cheeky. It's what we would call a bog off. Buy one, get one free. 2 for the price of 1 there. The 207 of El Ghali Sabil sent it through turn 8 and managed to pick off 2 drivers at the very same time. Great move there. But at the minute, the fastest lap of the race is by Egypt's Zain El Homossani. And look at the scramble! Oh, El Ghali Sabil over the back bumper of somebody else. And now there's 6 of them scrapping over the same part of real estate. Sanad Al-Hamawi, who's right with Peter Abu Keita, the Jordanian, is on the move up the order and could get as high as 3rd by the end of this race. 3rd, 4th and 5th. And Sanad Al-Hamawi from Jordan has just got through on Peter Abu Keita for P4. Now the hunt starts. Kart 200 of Tamim Hasiba is still holding on. And there is a 3-way battle coming out of the final corner. So it's the 2. Right.
Sanad Al-Hamawi in the 3rd place.
He's done it. He's got through, finally. The brick wall that was Tamim Hasiba in front of him, he's just managed to break through and get 3rd place. I did say he could be one to watch to get to 3rd by the end. I wasn't far wrong off of that prediction.
You are always right, Alex, actually.
Well, I am wrong at times as well.
وصل إليه يوم أمس في الجولة الثانية وكان ثالثا. قد يحافظ عليه حتى نهاية السباق. جولة واحدة أمام سند الحموي ستحدد إن كان سيتقدم أم سيحافظ على مركزه أم سيتراجع أمام تميم حسيبة وبقية المتسابقين. على الشاشة نشاهد حامل الرقم 208 آدم مزقاني، وما زال زين الحمصاني يقود هذا السباق في المركز الأول بفارق توقيت كبير عن روجيه جونيور 5 ثواني و322 جزء من الثانية.
So we're on the last lap and the 100% success rate continues as the driver pulls into the pits after 18 laps. It is the 212 of Egypt, Zain El Homossani, that takes the victory after 18 laps. "18 laps of senior Rotax competition. The front row are waiting to put the pedal to the metal. They split. They now head into the tram lines. The red lights are on. The revs rise. Do the lights go out? Green flag waves, and Adam Rahali has already scampered away into the distance as the rest of the field make their way down into turns 2 and 3 on the opening tour. A little bit later on in the race, and we've had 2 come together. The 319 of Fahad Al-Khaled, and that is Anas Itayak, who's clutching his left shoulder in severe discomfort, is out of the race. Bonjour tout le monde, as they say. He's 1.6 seconds up the road, but through on the 3:05 of Abdul Kamel goes Ryan Menemna from Lebanon, who still needs the haircut. I spoke to his dad this morning at breakfast, and he said, yes, his mum recorded the YouTube yesterday and said, so funny that you mentioned about the fact he needs a haircut. And I spoke to his dad this morning. His dad went, yeah, there's a hair salon at where we're staying, where you and I are staying, along with a few of the teams, including Tunisia, Morocco, Lebanon. There is a hairdressing salon. And the dad explained to the mum, well, yeah, when do we have time? We've been at the track very long days. I mean, you can't do anything about it. It's just part and parcel. And that's a bit of entertainment for you, talking about the story of a haircut that is needed by a particular driver. But anyway, they are bumping over the curbs, and that is not going to do the Birol ART chassis any good whatsoever. But Adam Rahali still leads, as we have got drivers side by side into turn 16. And around the outside, that is the 304, who's off the circuit. Leith Mumina out of turn number 18, has to take avoiding action.
والبعض يبقى في المنطقة الآمنة ويعتمد نظرية
nice move there.
أن تكون متأخرا ولا تكون نادما.
That was a nice move from Hicham Rasim Aziz on Taha Hasiba. That was for position. That was for 8th. So Aziz making some moves and now gets someone right up the inside. That was the 305 of Abdullah Kamel, and now the 300 of Hasiba gets back through on Mumina. There's the 304, not too far behind that. Well, it was actually on Aziz. Mumina rounding out this quartet coming across the line. Carburetor driven. Oh my goodness, the 307 went for a move, and that was Anis Tazi, and that was through, I think, on Ryan Menemna. And he's going to take the checkered flag. Algeria's Kamil Rahali provisionally wins the race. Second, it's Nassar. Third from Jordan, it's Faisal Nashko. Adam Al-Azari gets up to 4th at the flag, ahead of Badr Al-Zuleti. Into the tram lines, revs rise. Are we green? Yes, we are. Here we go down into turn number 1. As it is going to be all carts all over the shop. Some are having to go off track through out of turn number 2. Oh, and the 413 off at turn 5 and nose then into the barriers. Ahmad Al-Boom. It's going to be very, very crucial. I said about mechanical sympathy. We've got another cart off going off at turn number 19. As all the 407 looks up the inside. Oh, and gets through around the outside through turns 4 and 5. The 407 of Mumin Ben Amour does a number on Omar Ben Hayoun, who was unfortunately out of the opening race yesterday. You try and put 2-3 wide through there. Oh, that's the 501 for Team Oman. That is Salim Abdul Latif, who comes into drama at this opening stage of the race.
Actually was one of my best rides with Dado in Jordan, doing drifting in Jordan. That was so crazy and enjoyable. عبد فغالي كل التحية من الدوحة إلى لبنان.
Interesting development, I must add, though. Abdullah Al-Rawahi has the current DD2 Masters leader on his back bumper. Abdullah Al-Rawahi. I was hoping he was going to be on the pace with the Najames, but they look to be a lot quicker than him. And Nadir Kabaj is a Masters driver. He was 0.3 of a second behind Abdullah Al-Rawahi. So this says to me that it's going to be the fight between the Najaim brothers in the final later on. The gloves will be off, and I can guarantee you this. Christopher and Matthias, they're great brothers, but when you put them on the same track and they're alongside each other and they're battling for the win, there is no telling who is going to win that fight. We're on lap 13 out of 18, And Matthias de Jaime is looking to pull away from brother Christopher. And at this moment he's doing it. But we've had a drama. Oh no! That's the 400.
400 خالد المفتاح من قطر الذي رأيناه يتعرض لحادث وكان قد اصطدم بالسيارة أمامه والتفت سيارة حول نفسها. المفتاح من قطر الحمد لله على السلامة.
Khalid Abdulaziz Al Mofta bumped over the curbs through turn 9, through the chicane, and ended up spinning backwards, and the nose cone pointing the wrong way down the circuit. Nadir Kabaj, oh, we've got a slowing cart. Oh, that's the 501. You don't want to slow down there. Oh, the 410 gets through. Paye Whisker. And can you hear the cheers from the grandstand? There's applause, cheers, like cheering people on. That's great to have as part of this atmosphere. Yes, indeed. So, lunge there. That was the 405 on the 412. Siham Morshid up the inside through at turn 7 on Adam Fouad. And that was a great move.
منذ يوم أمس نادر كباجي من المغرب متسابق بعمر 42 سنة ويصل إلى خط النهاية. ماتيوس نجيم وكريستوفر نجيم في المركز الثاني.
And thereby retiring the 501, but Matthias de Jaime takes the win ahead of brother Christopher, both representing Lebanon by 0.8 of a second after 18 laps. Abdullah Al-Rawahi, what can he bring to the party this afternoon? He is third ahead of Masters winner Nadir Kabaj. Gali El Feshtali rounds out the top 4 in DD2, 5th overall with Roger Fagali, Omar Ben Hayoun, Sofian Salhi, Saeed Rezgui with Momen Ben Amour, Malik Tlemsani, Abdulaziz Saud Al Saud, Siham Morchid, Faisal Al Yafai, Marwan Nadim, Patrick Sarai finishing in his highest position so far, I think, this week, in 5th in Masters, out of Khalid Abdulaziz Al Mofta. Lights are on. Lights are out. Green flag waves, and we're underway, heading into turn number 1. Great move by Al Obeidli going into turn 1, getting past Atika Asif Mir. Oh, we got one off into the barriers between turns 1, 2, and 3. And that driver, the number 3, looks to be of Alexander Brown from Saudi Arabia, and has just put in the fastest lap of the race, 52.814. It's side by side for 5th position. Side by side for 5th position, which has gone to the number 2 of Oman's Bruno Riba. Really showcasing some great racing prowess. Oh dear, Bruno Riba turned around. Looked like it was Youssef Rushdi from Egypt. Then unfortunately turned the Omani driver around. And at this moment in time, the Lebanese driver not able to get through. But Atika Asif Mir always very close to looking up the inside through turn 7. And Atika Asif Mir is very hungry, very motivated. And now El Gahoudi is starting to defend on lap 6 out of 20. Atika Asif Mir doing a fantastic job so far. El Gahoudi soaking up the pressure like the proverbial sponge right now. 16 laps about to be completed. 1/5 of the distance yet to be navigated. Side by side between the leaders, El Gahoudi holds on for dear life as Atika Asif Mir went to the outside to get the run through for the inside line at turn 2, and El Gahoudi denied the number 10 from getting past. Final lap of Micromax here at MENA Karting Championship Nations Cup 2023 is underway. El Gahoudi from Morocco still holds on. Atika Asif Mir trying to do the utmost to get past the number 4, and at the minute close up on lap 5, and El Gahoudi with a fantastic driving defensive masterclass could very well wrap that up in the next few corners. But Atika Asif Mir, if she can get on the back bumper of the number 4 coming out of turn number 17, the run to the line could be a drag race to the finish. Here we go. Final corner, now negotiating. Joining in El Fagali, Bobrishov and Faroud. It's Morocco on the winner's step by the narrowest of margins. 54 thousandths of a second, and presenting your 2023 MENA Karting Championship champion in Micromax. Bien film le Maroc, it's Kail El Gahoudi qui gagne ici en Qatar. Well done to El Gahoudi to win the race. You know what? Atika Asif Mir is going to be a force to be reckoned with in this competition. Mark my words. Nahil El Gahoudi wins after 20 laps by 54 thousandths of a second, and Team Morocco are already celebrating. So the drivers make their way through to the 19th and final corner. Red lights on the gantry, into the tram lines. The red lights are on, the red lights are out. We're underway and racing as cheers and rounds of applause come from the grandstand. We do see that the drivers all make their way steadily through turns 1 and 2 into 3, side by side for 5th. A very fast run down the hill off of the start finish straight into turns 1 and 2. And Darek Rivera closing in, all battle for 3rd place through turn 2. I think that might have been Ben Chakrun up the inside of Kunimal. And now Adam Awan is making a 3-way scrap for that final step on the rostrum. They've got to be careful over the curbs. Firstly, Mechanical Sympathy. Kunimal pulls to the right-hand side. Ben Chakrun and Awan stay on the left. Whilst they're battling away, as that's going to be the move for the lead. For the lead goes Tarek Rivera through into turn 9 on Faris Haroun on lap 2 to take the lead from the 108 who won in Micromax last year. They may not be, if they continue to battle. Oh, it's side by side and round the outside. That was on, oh my goodness me, Camille Ben Chakrun and Shonal Kunimal trading stickers down into turns 1 and 2. Adam Awan in 5th. Miko Ariz and Abdulrazak Al-Karesi not too far behind either. Adam Awan finished 3rd as a Micromax driver and made the move to Mini, and now he's on the attack up the inside of the 101 of Miko Ariz, who tries to return the favour through turn 8, and the Qatari driver gets through. Incredible scenes we're seeing between El Gahoudi and Asif Mir. It was 55 thousandths at the flag. Oh no! We've had a spinner! We've had a spinner! And who on earth was that? That was the 104. Abdulrazak Al-Karesi spins out of what was 5th position. This is going to be very, very crucial for these two drivers. One wrong move by either of them will cost them the opportunity. Darek Rivera has been close to securing MENA Karting Championship glory. Was on the runner-up step last year. Wants to go one better. Faris Haroun moving up from Micro, being the winner last year. Now wants to move up to Mini and set a standard. So at the moment, the 108 of Faris Haroun starting to put the pressure on his countryman, Darek Rivera, and looks to the inside. Is Faris Haroun going to get the lead? He might do, but Rivera tries to get back through at turn 16 and 17, and Haroun keeps it pinned round the outside and takes the lead just on the halfway point. Wow! Faris Haroun went for it and did not have any self-doubt, because it's going to be like we saw in the Micromax final. It's down to 2 drivers as Rivera looks up the inside. Haroun goes a little bit wide on the chicane, and that means that Rivera through turn 9 on lap 13 out of 21 retakes the lead. And Miko Arias, they are covered by half a second, and Adam Awan was going to drop to, looks like he's dropped to 7th, when he went for a move up the inside of Miko Arias, and on that particular occasion the Omani driver drops from 5th to 7th. As all a little bit wide there from Darek Rivera through turn number 14. But coming out of the final corner, 2 to go. Rivera looks over the right shoulder. Haroun closing in. Might have to go for broke on the last lap of this race. So these drivers were separated by just over 2/10 and retaking the lead with one more lap to go after this. Fares Haroun retakes the lead of the race on the penultimate lap through turn 7. Tarek Rivera is going to try and get the switch back through turn 8. Haroun defends. Haroun defends. Now through into the final couple of corners. Rivera, they make contact, they rub sidewalls. Haroun hangs on, retakes the lead again. One more lap to go. 19 turns to negotiate. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Haroun, the Micromax winner from last year? Or is it going to be Rivera? Rivera slingshots up the inside to retake the lead into turn 1 on the last lap of the race. Now he's going to frantically look over his right shoulder for around about the next 16 turns. Who's it going to be? Who is going to join? El Fagali, Bobrishov, and even the likes of Hannum. Is it going to be Rivera? Haroun back on the counter-offensive. Can he go around the outside to get the switch back through turn 8? He does it. Rivera runs wide through the chicane. Haroun with half a lap to go gets back the race lead. It's going to be 3 wins in a row in Minimax, but who's it going to be? Is it going to be Haroun? Is it going to be Rivera out of the final corner? It's a run to the line. Fares Haroun wins. He does the double. Micro last year, Minimax champion in 2023 by 91 thousandths of a second. You can hear the cheers. You can hear the applause. Both drivers very much deserving of this champion, but there could only be one. Congratulations and welcome to the Minimax champion, Hall of Fame, Fares Haroun. Well, Ahmad, welcome back.
Thank you. Actually, I was listening to you, watching you, and enjoying the race through your voice and your commentating, Alex. Thank you for the great race you have commentated.
Tamam, huh?
Tamam, all's good.
"26 laps await these 16 junior Rotax drivers with El Homosani and Fagali Jr. on the front row. Red lights are on, red lights are out, we're underway and racing, heading into turn number 1. But look at the move round the outside of Fagali Jr. by Sanad Hamawi from Jordan, who managed to try and get through. But oh no, disaster! An exhaust has fallen off. That's off the back of Fagali Jr., who's out on the opening lap. He's going to have a noisy exhaust, and that is Lebanon's chance of repeating a feat of a victory in the junior Rotax division. Omar Sami Cindy is not hanging about. Now up to 9th, looks to go for 8th and went through at turn 17. That was a great move on the 208 of Yanis. I think it was the 206 of Yanis Martin, representing Morocco. Sanad Al-Hamawi from Jordan and Qatar's Samim Hasiba, as now Hasiba is really trying to put the pressure on the Jordanian driver in 2nd, but the Lebanese driver in 4th has got the ringside seat and is waiting for the opportune moment to get through, but at the minute that's not quite happening. But maybe there might be a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel if Hasiba makes an unforced error. You're really getting into the swing of things, my friend. Well done. Well played. Now we've got a battle for 2nd. Side by side across the line. They were neck and neck at that point. Half a 10th separating 2nd and 3rd across the line after 7 laps. El Homosani is away and into the distance. He's 3.5 seconds up the road. So the clean sweep very much looking on for what will be a new name at the moment looking at the Roll of Honour. Last year it was Christopher El Faghali from Lebanon, Leo Robinson from Algeria in 2021, and Georgie Zouane from the United Arab Emirates was the inaugural winner as they go down the hill from turn 6 to turn 7. But Sanad Al-Hamawi from Jordan has started to pull away from 3rd and 4th. Could this be the opportunity the young Jordanian needs to stride away and secure the runner-up spot? But there's still time. There's still going to be the best part of 16 laps to go as the Jordanian is now released and now can go after Egypt's Zayn El Homassani for the overall victory here in the Junior Rotax final. We are about an hour and 20 minutes away from what will be sunset, so the tyres are going to be a little bit more compliant. There are colder temperatures coming into play here in this 3rd of 5 finals.
تميم وهو من خلف الكتف يتابع، ولكن هيهات يغلق الطريق على بيتر أبو خاطر الذي كاد أن يستغل المنعطف ليتجاوز عن تميم حسيبة.
The spirit of Lebanese pride is propelling Peter Abu Keita forward to try and make a move to get past Qatar's Tamim Hasiba and the number 200 at this point. As we complete, we've got one that has broken down. That is Ahmed Jawed out of the race, and the Qatari hopes of someone else getting in the top 10 have just been ripped out of their grasp. So, 4 different nations, UAE, Algeria, Lebanon, and now it's going to be Zayn El Homassani who does the clean sweep and wins for Egypt. "26 laps for these senior Rotax drivers, anywhere aged between 14 and 30 years of age. Ladies and gentlemen, let battle commence, because now we find out who will join the illustrious Roll of Honour. The revs rise, the lights are on, the lights are out, we're underway, and it's a scramble to the first corner, and Rahali has the lead, but already multiple carts off on the inside of turn number 2 as they scramble their way up the hill to turn 3, but Rahali got a clean start. We've got a bit of a melee in the background, with several carts, including the 307 of Anastazi getting caught up in it.
الذي يجمع الأبطال في فئة السينيور كميل رحالي الذي انطلق أولا، يتبعه جورج نصار، آدم الأزهري، طه حسيبة، فيصل ناشكو.
Big accident.
هشام عزيز
310. Yeah, Hashim Raziz. There's going to be yellow flags. The other one is the 314 of Al-Hababi from the UAE. But you know what the interesting thing is, folks? George Nassar is not letting Algeria's Kamil Rahali to get away by any stretch of the imagination, who's just made a nice little slingshot move. It looks like the 319 of Fahad Al-Khalid from Kuwait has gone up to 12th, past Anis Tazi, the 307 from Morocco, the 14-year-old. Kamil Rahali is going to be on absolute tenterhooks. In the previous races, he's cantered away into the distance, and no one has gotten close. The closest so far has been the 313 of George Nassar. Adam Al-Hazari was out in qualifying on the first flying lap, was out in one of the heats, and now is on the podium positions in 3rd place. So maybe Al-Azhari has also got the chance, maybe to get past Nassar, maybe to get past Rahali to go for the win, because at this moment nothing is quite yet decided. The drivers will thank their lucky stars that they put on their tinted and iridium visors, because any deflection off of the Tech Pro barriers and off of the tarmac in front of them will possibly compromise their peripheral vision. Big incident through turn number 9. Oh my goodness me. Not what you want right there. Two drivers come together, one mounting the other, one being the 316 of Abu Dhabi and the other one the 303 of Oman's Manaf Al-Balushi. Will have to park that because the side pod on the left-hand side has been ripped from the chassis. Jordan's Faisal Nashko as George Nassar. George Nassar's got the lead and now is 1.3 seconds ahead of Algeria's Kamil Rahali. How the tables have turned for the young man from Algeria. This is a real deciding moment in this race. There's still, including this one, 18 laps to go, but Nassar might have a very fired up Kamil Rahali from Algeria trying to close him down. And already Rahali in the opening 2 sectors on this lap is trying to chip away of what is a big advantage. 1.2 seconds, but you and I both know Rahali from Algeria has that speed in him.
Exactly, but we have to rediscuss your expectations regarding Rahali from the beginning of this race, Alex. يأخذون الطريق ويخرجون على كتف الطريق ولطالما كان هناك إطارين فقط.
that was a
عاد
brilliant...
واستعاد المركز. ريان منيمني أعاد مركزه ثم عاد ليترك مرة أخرى لسعد الأحبابي.
Well, Saad Al-Ababi, the 314, just did a number on Ryan Menemna from Lebanon. That was a fantastic move for what is 14th on the road.
آدم الأزهري كاد أن يتجاوز كميل الرحال.
Oh no! Disaster
على حلبة السيل.
Al-Azhari got caught up with the 316 of Mohanad Abu Dhabi, who was not needed to be where he's positioned. Al-Azhari went to get past and the two tangled. That's given daylight at the end of the tunnel for second position for Kamil Rahali from Algeria.
بفارق توقيت بسيط جدا. Alex, tell me what's going on Lusail Circuit.
You want to know what's happening now? There's the move for third. Qatar are going for another podium. That's Al-Sulaiti. Al-Sulaiti's got through. He's got through on Al-Azhari. The Qatari locals are going to go wild. They're going to go for another podium. 3 laps to go. Nassar looking to make it 4 in a row for the UAE. George Nassar is away and clear. He's 6.5 seconds up the road. And there's more cheers, more calls from the grandstand.
جورج نصار في المركز الأول. كامل الرحالي.
It's four for the United Arab Emirates. Khalid Saab, Theo Kakati, and last year's Junior Max runner-up now takes the senior crown. Well done to the 313, George Nassar.
كل ما رأيناه كان في كفة وما هو قادم في كفة أخرى. هنا يلتقي أبطال فئة الدي 2 وأبطال فئة الدي ماسترز على هذه الحلبة. ينطلق الآن ماتيوس نجيم، كريستوفر نجيم، عبد الله الرواحي حامل اللقب، نادر كباج، غالي الفتشالي، روجيف غالي، عمر بن حيون وبقية الأبطال على المسار.
The final corner very shortly to complete the opening lap, and leading the way by 0.3 of a second. It is Matthias Najim, Christopher Najim in second. Abdullah Al-Rawahi now has got the motivational spur he needs to go for a back-to-back title defence. And also Roger Fagali leads for Lebanon in Masters. He's got past Nadir Kabaj for the race lead, and he's closing in very, very quickly on those in front of him, but it's going to be a bit of a dogfight.
Nadir is back to be the leader. Nadir يتجاوز عن روجيف غالي ليصبح كباج في المركز الأول على فئة دي 2 ماسترز.
The atmosphere is so tense, you can cut it with a knife. like a warm knife through cold butter, a hot knife through cold butter. That's how high the tension is right now. National pride is at stake. You want to claim to be a MENA Karting Championship. This is where you have to shine at the pinnacle of racing. There are cheers, there are shouts of encouragement from the sidelines, from the grandstand. The atmosphere is alive and electric with the true flavour of the MENA Nations Cup here in Lusail. Both our respective fastest laps are now under 48 seconds. Nadir Kabaj set the fastest lap of the race a little bit earlier on, 47.994, and is running a low 48. That's good, consistent, solid pace that the Moroccan needs to hold on to the title. But I think Abdullah Al-Rawahi came into this event with possibly the clearest mind possible, but he is not going to defend his title the way that, unfortunately, the way that things are looking right now. But if Christopher Najim starts closing in on brother Matthias, expect fireworks at the sharp end of the field, and you never know what unpredictability that might be for the Arabic and French speaking nation. Dario Rubio won this in 2020. Patrick Sarai won it in
411 مالك تلمساني خارج المسار وخارج المضمار. حامل الرقم 411 مالك تلمساني وهو من الجزائر بعمر 21 سنة. رأيناه يخرج من سيارته ويغادر المضمار.
Well, Malik Tlemceni, we would say, has only got 3 wheels on that wagon. Unfortunately, the left side rear wheel, tyre, wheel and wheel hub have gone away from the back axle and put him into the barriers. Oh! Big rollover the 406.
406 آدم بالعجوزة من تونس بعمر 18 سنة.
Oh, there's big
قد
dramas.
تعرض لحادث قوي مع السيارة رقم 407 مؤمن بن عامر من تونس. أيضا المتسابقين التونسيين بحادث قوي جدا شاهدنا انقلاب لسيارة آدم بالعجوزة.
Momin Ben Amour and Adam Belajuza. I am so pleased to see that they are both okay. They're able to get out of harm's way under their own power, but that was a very frightening sight. Twice a runner-up in 2020 and 2021. Gratuliere, herzlichen Glückwunsch, Matthias Najim. Yalla Habibi, well done. Matthias Najim becomes your 2023 TD2 champion. And wait for it, from the cheers from Morocco, Nadir Kabaj does the double.
إذا ماتياس نجيم في المركز الأول، كريستوفر نجيم الثاني، عبد الله الرواحي ثالثا، ونادر كبازي يعيدها للمرة الثانية بطلا لفئة الماسترز. يتبعه نجيف غالي في المركز الثاني على فئة الماسترز. أطيب الأمنيات، سباق جميل جدا، سباق حماسي جدا، سباق مثير جدا، كان مليئا بالحوادث، ولكن نحمد الله على سلامة الجميع.
Lots of celebrations between the Lebanese troops and everybody else and the Moroccans. Look at this, solidarity, what a great race. Folks, this is your provisional finishing order. Matthias Najim from Lebanon brings them to the top of the winner's rostrum in DD2 for the first time in MENA Karting Championship history, ahead of brother Christopher Najim. Abdullah Al-Rawahi will round out the podium for Oman. Nadir Kabaj wins for Morocco in Masters ahead of Roger Fagali. So Lebanon is going to have a party tonight here in Qatar. I tell you that much. I'm going to meet up with Roger Fagali for dinner later on. Oh my God, my voice might not be there by the time we get there. Faisal Al-Yafai takes a podium again for Qatar. More success for our host nation.
and relax. It's probably just gone 11:30 at night on Saturday the 16th. What a finals day for the 2023 MENA Karting Championship Nations Cup. And then to go out to dinner with Matthias and Christopher, James, Roger Fagali, senior and junior, and a few of the other the team as well. It's been fantastic. I have to say, I got a couple of surprise gifts this evening. Qatar fridge magnet, and then this. This I didn't expect. And what is inside, and I'm going to take it out to show you. Now, on Thursday night with the official opening ceremony, each one of the drivers got one of these. And this is participation medal for the 2023 MENA Karting Championship Nations Cup. And on the back of it, well, it's reversed anyway, but I don't care, the FIA and the Qatar Motor and Motorcycle Federation. And I've got the inevitable and unenviable task of packing. Got 2 flights tomorrow, first of which I checked in for, from Doha to Bahrain. And then I have to go through security, check back in again, British Airways, and tomorrow morning I'll be able to get my boarding pass. I'm going with more baggage back than I came out with, which is funny as you like, eh? So I've now got, if you can see from here, I've got not just one, but 2 FIA QMMF bags. And actually, these would be very useful in many respects. I know for a fact that there may be an opportunity for me to come back. I know for a fact that I will be back from MENA, and that should hopefully be for the next couple of years. And then, who knows? Please excuse the yawning, I am tired, I am absolutely knackered. Voice sounds like Barry White rather than Alex Goldschmidt. So time to pack, time to also get myself soaking in the bath, because my bones are aching. A big thank you to everyone at the QMMF and quite a few people, including Amro, Hassan, Sanad, Mansour, Angeline, Savrin, Adil, Noroshin, Mark, Sean, Ahmad, everybody that's been a part of this. Great to see some familiar faces. Great to see Senna van Velstein, also Liam Smith, and a few other people that I recognise, Ash Whiteman, Jermaine Sadek, Mohammed, Giselle. Wonderful to see you. Absolutely wonderful to see you. And I can only wish everybody that made it to Lusail this week. It's been a real pleasure seeing you all again. Quite a few have been staying at the same hotels, such as the Lebanese, the Moroccans, I think some of the Tunisians as well. It really has been a fantastic week, so I better get my arse off this chair, go and do some packing, and I'll catch up with you hopefully when I land on terra firma back in the UK at around 7:45 in the morning at Heathrow Terminal 3. See you. Okay. I hate to think how many takes it's done for me to get this, but you've seen me with the bear at the Hamad International Airport in Doha. Thank you to my good friend Habibi, shukran. Dururi, it's important that that picture was taken. Dururi is the Arabic for saying it's important. Ahmad Damus has been an absolute legend to work alongside, a really good character, and you know what, he's a great guy. Really pleased to know him as well. This week's been rather emotional, especially with the fact of Saif Al Obeidly from Qatar being inaugurated as the first ever Habib Al Zawawi MENA Sporting Award winner, and Suleiman Al Rawahi and everyone at the OAA. I hope you're all well. I do miss you guys. I do want to come back over to the Sultanate of Oman and to the Muscat Speedway, hopefully in the not too distant future, and see you all again. This week has also taught me quite a lot. I've been to the Middle East now. This is my third different country in the GCC over the last 3 years. And what I have come to appreciate and respect are the Arabic nations' traditions. Everywhere in the world, there is a different religious belief between particular nations, particular zones within the world, you know, over all 6 continents. I do have to say I appreciate the Middle East way of life. It might be midnight here, I'm not tired. I'm just chilled, even though I've got a sharp voice and I'm talking to you folks. But the Emir of Kuwait, unfortunately, on Saturday passed away at the age of 86. So Qatar having its National Day effectively as of today, there are no traditional National Qatar Day celebrations because of, in true Arabic cultural traditions, if a member of the family that is at the head of the country, like say if there is a king, if there is a president, you know, the other Arabic nations will show respect, deference. They will also send their condolences to the respective families. The Century Marina Hotel that I've been staying at for the past week had the Q80 flag, and then which faded into black, and then the Arabic text scrolling from right to left on the left-hand tower, saying their sincerest condolences to the family in Kuwait for the reference the passing of the Emir on the same day, with the Emir's face basically lighting up the right side tower. This is the last bit of filming I'm doing over here in the UAE, or in the GCC, let's say. It's been the end that I really was looking forward to. I've 45 weekends out of 52 have been in some way either on-site or remote, and I've thoroughly enjoyed every single second of it. But there are plenty of talks happening, plenty of exciting developments on the cards. Still, some of them are informative talks, discussions, but I'm not going to have much of a break between now and January 2024. It's going to probably take about 48 hours for this voice to come back fully. So I'm now waiting for BA to open their checked baggage desks, and for me to get myself back home to the UK, because I miss my family, I miss my friends, I want my own bed, I want to have a good shower. As much as I love all the hospitality and the facilities that have been provided for me, but let me tell you this, if you want this bad enough, you're gonna do everything you can to do this full time. For me, this has been a dream for years, and now I'm living it. I made a personal goal this year to do at least 15 vlogs in 2023. I've overachieved. And next year, I will continue to bring you all on this journey. But you know what? I need to get myself back in that terminal, get my baggage checked in for BA0124, get myself home, get some sleep, and I'll see you when I get back to Lawford very soon. See you in a bit.
Okay, so this is my last vlog entry of anything related to any vlogs for 2023. And we're now Saturday the 23rd of December. It is coming up to 9:35 p.m. UK time. So long story short, the travel from Lusail Central at the Century Marina Hotel, I have to say a big thank you to them, and also to the Art Hotel and Resort in Amouage Islands in Bahrain. Two fantastic hotels to visit and great service provided. And if I do go over to those locations again, those will probably be the hotels that I will choose for myself. But if I get told that I'm going over there, those will be the ones that I want to go to. It really has been a very, very busy 2 weeks. So my voice is not yet 100% healed. It was very croaky, very unusable for the first 48 hours of getting back home. But now I'm on the mend. I can breathe and talk at the same time. So for me, it's not that much of an issue. So long story short, myself and Ahmad, Habibi, we got picked up from the Century Marina Hotel in Lusail Central, just off of the main marina, which is where I went for a nice walk on Sunday afternoon before I got chauffeured back and saw some wonderful buildings, some wonderful Qatari architecture. And I really needed to clear my head and have a little bit of time to myself, which is always great and cathartic at the end of these trips. So long and short of it, 25 hours was the total travel time, including being chauffeur driven to Doha. Ahmad bought me dinner, so shukran habibi. That dinner was dorori. As I said earlier on in this vlog, important. So the flight from Doha to Bahrain was uneventful. Got through visa control, no problem. Got through baggage control, no problem. And then had to wait an eternity. Caught up with the BRB Super Final of the Stock Car Pro Series, Brazil. So, muito parabéns, Gabriel Casagrange from Matthias Vogel for picking up his second title in 3 years. So 2021 champion, now the defending champion, going into the last year of the current iteration of stock cars. And that's a championship that I've really come to love. Of course, had a quick chat with Rubens and Dudu Barrichello when we were all at the grand finals, and congratulated Dudu on his win at Cascavel, because I obviously commentated on him and Rubens. Been a few developments. Obviously, TK is not going to be going full time into Stock Car Pro Series for next year because of his Aaron McLaren sporting director role for 2024, which is completely understandable. And it's a new challenge and a new chapter for TK. So good luck, buddy. I know you're not going to need it, but I'm sure you're going to do a hell of a job. So let's just recap, because obviously you saw a very short time scale. You saw some time lapses. So let's just take you through the abbreviated version of my trip back home. So 5 p.m. Qatar time, 2 p.m. UK time, myself and Ahmad, we were chauffeur driven to Doha International Airport. Of course, the national celebrations for Qatar National Day were muted because of the passing of the Emir of Qatar. It is an Arabian tradition that there are 3 days of mourning. No official celebrations take place anywhere in the Arabic world, and that is out of respect. And they show deference, and they also send their heartfelt sympathies and condolences. It is a true trait in Arabic tradition. So we got to Doha. Ahmad showed me the bear that cost, I think, was $11 million from Hamleys, and his pride of place in Hamad International Airport. And what a wonderful picture. We got a selfie in front of the bear. Happy days. We went and had dinner, which he graciously paid for, which I can't thank him enough for as well. Shows that there's a lot of Arabic traditions. There's a lot that we here in the West could actually learn a little bit. And I'm not saying completely try and study the Quran, turn to speaking Arabic, learning the colloquialisms, the nice gestures is a good thing, but understanding their culture, understanding
how they operate. I mean, Qatar is a dry country. I've been teetotal for pretty much over half my adult my life. So for me, I wasn't too bothered by it. So we had dinner. I then find out my flight is delayed from Bahrain back to Heathrow, Terminal 3. So I'm like thinking, well, it's an extra hour in the terminal. I can get some stuff done. And my body said otherwise. So like, just get on the flight, sleep over to Bahrain. I slept right up until just before landing, which was quite fine by me. I had pretty much a row to myself. And then 3:20 a.m. After a monumental wait for baggage to be checked in, because I asked the check-in desk, I said, "Oh, what's happened? Flight incoming has been delayed." I was like, "Okay, fair enough." Get on the plane, complete row to myself. Unfortunately, the person in front of me, again, if I'm going to the Middle East, I'm going premium economy because I want some more space. I'm not exactly the smallest guy in the world when it comes to my midriff, and I'll be completely honest about that. But I had a whole row to myself, so I managed to get some shut-eye. I woke up at 3 in the morning because I'd already set my clocks back to adjust my mental and physical body clock to do so. It's a trick that I've done for years, and it always stands me in good stead. So 3 o'clock in the morning, toilet call, back to sleep, wake up at 6, breakfast is being served. We landed about 7:05. Not a problem at all. Get off the plane, get through the E-gates, pretty seamless, and then had to wait an eternity for baggage. It's quite a busy Monday morning, to be honest with you. So an hour wait for baggage, decided to chill out, get my car, and then hit the road. I was caught in multiple traffic jams. I even had to have a couple of rest stops, because otherwise, one of the things you don't want to do, you want to get home safe. Sometimes it's not always about getting there in, because on that morning, I could have done Heathrow Terminal 3 back to home here in Lawford in 2 hours. I had about 2 or 3, maybe 4 rest stops on the way and just took my time. You just sometimes have to look out for number one. But there is a little bit of an interesting statistic or two that I've got on my phone, which I want to go through with you. So this year, I've flown to Spain once. I've flown to Germany 3 times this year. Lithuania once. France once. Riga in Latvia 3 times. No, actually, make that 4. I've flown to Belgium. I've flown to Denmark. I've flown to the Netherlands. And I've also flown to Bahrain and Qatar. So approximately my total flight distance is 37,984 kilometers. So in miles, that works out to 23,550 miles. Driven distance that has started from January 1st of this year, or maybe later on in the year, right up until December. 14,687 kilometers. And that equates to 9,106 miles. So I've done 32,656 miles. Total flight distance, total driving distance, not including hire cars. I don't count them. And then that makes my total, when it comes to kilometers, let's wait for it, 52,671 kilometers. It's quite a lot when you think about it. This phone has had how many eSIMs? 2 eSIMs, 3 physical SIM cards. So my O2 SIM card, which is back in the phone at the moment, I've had a Bahrain SIM card, a Qatari SIM card. I've also had eSIMs with data for Bahrain and Qatar as well. So, yeah, it's been a lot going on in 2023. But I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that I've worked with this year. And that's from people and organizations. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to live my dream. I want to say a big thank you to you, the audience here on YouTube, for watching every single one of the vlogs and also all 39 editions of Commentator's Corner from George Morgan on episode 1 right up to Dave Perel on episode 39. Both the vlogs and Commentator's Corner, they're continuing for next year. I enjoy doing this kind of content creation. For me, it is a passion project. So that really wraps up my final vlog of 2023. Wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And please also at this time, think of those that are undergoing hardship across the world. There are multiple conflicts happening as we speak, and there are families, there are livelihoods, and there are dynasties that have been affected. Thank you so much for watching. I'm now signing out until 2024, and I will see you very, very soon. Enjoy the festive time. Spend it with loved ones. Spend it with friends. Spend it with those who you love and hold dearest. Good night.